And we're back.
After that devastating KO by Helena.
Hi.
Yep. So, after the battle,
Can we call it battle?
if you can call it that,
It's a
yeah.
massacre.
Yeah, leaving behind the emaciated corpses of several goblins and one unfortunate hobgoblin with a very, very hairy face.
Goodbye, hairy-faced man.
Yeah, you are sort of left wondering what to do next.
Well, so there's obviously like a little archway / entryway of some sort that we walked past to get here. And then we could have gone the other way? Going into this corridor?
I mean, isn't all the supplies from the people in the town here? So
Yes.
we try to find a way to get this back to them.
Well, I say we explore the rest of this, and then
Yeah.
just send the townspeople here to get it.
Okay.
I mean, we have horses.
Also, there must be another way out because there's no way they would have gotten this stuff through the little
Yeah.
Just
Hold
toss
on.
it down the...
Yes,
And
it's,
there was
it's
no sign of
unlikely
it.
they brought it down through the hole.
Just toss it down.
But yeah, that's the thing. We have horses. We can probably
Did we
take it
bring
down.
the horses?
I don't think we brought them with us.
I don't think you
I
brought
think
the
we brought
horses
the
now.
horses.
I thought it would have been logic that we brought the horses.
I mean,
No, it wasn't that far
Now
to
I'm looking
walk.
for it.
I'm willing to say if you guys brought the horses and found somewhere to tie them up upstairs, you brought the horses.
Okay.
Oh, I also totally realise, now that you've mentioned that you guys are going to have one hell of a stable bill to pay when you leave.
Oh yeah,
Hey.
the car's
Surprise.
disabled for like
We've
4
been here
or
like
5 weeks.
a month and a half.
It's okay, we have tons of money, guys.
It's okay. We are loaded.
Yes.
As you might say.
I believe the horses actually are half as expensive as you guys. I think horses basically require a poor lifestyle to maintain.
Wow.
I guess that's fair.
Do we have to maintain Kelariis' horse?
You don't have to maintain Kelariis'
No.
horse now, so actually technically you are only paying for one horse.
Hooray!
Sweet.
We only have one horse? Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
many
because
people...
Grim took
one.
the other one, and Kelariis' horse literally just disappears into the ether whenever she's not using it.
to the
Goodbye,
ether.
horse.
This is normal, don't worry, guys.
Goodbye, horse, as it rides into the sunset.
No,
slowly.
nobody has questioned where Kelariis gets the horse from. She just sort of does that thing where she picks up a reed and just blows into it, and then a horse appears from seemingly any possible direction, a la
Fantastic.
Breath of the Wild.
Hooray.
Anyway, we should probably continue exploring this place.
Hmm.
Yeah. Okay. So, seeing as you have Arya with you, I'm gonna say it. You start exploring, and you realize that if you go one direction, you very quickly get back to the entrance of the mine that is collapsed. And as you start going the other direction, you start to realize you're getting deeper and deeper underground, and you're starting to get into the mine shaft. And you feel like it would probably be not a terribly sensible idea to poke terribly deep down around here, because you will just start getting into dead ends and quite possibly get lost. However, I would like you all to give me an investigation check.
Can I use my previous investigation check?
No, you cannot, because that was to search the room.
Hey, still pretty decent though.
Still pretty decent, yes.
Can I have advantage?
No. Just because you ask.
It's always worth asking,
No.
Rob.
Yeah, look, you don't get if you don't ask, okay? I
Yeah.
might as well try.
Right. So, as you were looking around and pondering the conundrum of how on earth the hobgoblins got down here, V, you notice something in particular whilst Kelariis walks past basically what seems to be a wall that has been, or a side tunnel that has been filled in. And basically, as you walk past it, you realize actually that unlike the rest of the side tunnels that you've seen, this one is different in that the rocks that are piled here aren't sort of like caked in years of grime and wear and aren't worn down by water. And sort of as you go up to it to investigate it, you realise actually that the way that it's blocked in, it's very, very easy to just take down. The only thing that's holding it blocked up are a handful of large stones at the top, which could be very easily moved by somebody with a decent strength.
Looks at Kelariis.
So,
Time to flex those dragon muscles.
Yeah, I guess I'm sort of going to call out and be like, hey, we could try to move this rubble.
Yeah.
Like
sure.
it hasn't been here for very long.
You want to try and move the rubble?
I will try to move the
Sure.
rubble.
Give me an athletics check with advantage.
Oh, okay.
Cool.
Hey.
Yeah.
Flex.
It literally takes you maybe a minute to clear the rocks out of the way of this, and as you suspected, this is indeed a side tunnel. One that seems to have been crafted fairly recently and has only gone through maybe a couple of meters of rock before emerging on the other side into another similar cavern to the one that you encountered previously. Only this time, basically the light above you is not nearly as high up, and somebody seems to have gone to a great deal of care and attention to basically carve a series of like stepped handholds up the short face of this rock wall. It's probably no more than 30 feet high, but it's, if you've ever seen Lord of the Rings, it's sort of like the path that goes up the mountain in Lord of the Rings, where it's step-like, but you have to pull yourself up to each step rather than stepping up.
It's like a weird ladder.
Yeah, it's essentially a ladder made out of the stone, the natural stone. And basically in this room, at the bottom of the small hole, is basically almost probably about 45 feet of rusted metal chain, which is presumably how they raise and lower things out of this hole.
So we find our way out.
Mhm.
Yeah, you give me athletics checks as you guys climb out of this.
Boy. Ah.
Oh,
Oh God.
Wow, okay. So,
that's not good.
Kelariis, you managed to climb up this thing without any problem. Arya, it's... because of the nature of the rock, it's kind of slippery and difficult to climb, and it takes you a little while, but you get up there. Vondal and V, Vondal, because of your height, these things are, even though they were designed for goblins, you're having a hell of a time trying to climb up them. Goblins are notably a lot more nimble than dwarves. And V, sort of, you don't really have the upper body strength to haul yourself up this thing, and you become tired very quickly. Your companions are going to have to find a way to help you.
Rope? Question mark? Or can we reach down? To kind of.
Yeah, you can try and help them up with the rope if you want.
Yeah.
Yeah, unless they're close enough that we can kind of just, haul them up. But I figure not.
Vondal, perhaps not. V, maybe. If you want to try and pull V up, give me an athletics check.
I'm gonna use the rope.
You can try and rope Vondal up.
I'm gonna lasso
for
me a
fuck's
dwarf.
sake.
Wow. Okay.
Oh God.
I hate everything.
Yep, here we go.
Uh,
Tried.
Are you ready for a
Nope.
disaster, boys?
Well, it's not a huge disaster because of literally just to fail it is not a huge deal, but basically, through a series of miscommunications and failed attempts to grip each other, you actually drop V a couple of feet.
No.
Can I cast Featherfall on myself?
You aren't gonna fall far enough for you to like severely injure yourself.
Just follow my ass.
Yeah, you fall on your ass and take like 2 bludgeoning damage.
Ow.
I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Arya, give me another knot check as you try and tie a rope down to help people up, or are you just gonna sort of hold it?
I'll just hold it.
Okay, give me an athletics check to assist your comrades. Okay, that's
For days.
that's decidedly average. Vondal and V, give me athletics checks again. Wow. Okay.
Guys,
Oh no.
please.
It's worse!
This session,
Okay.
me one-shotting 6 guys and then failing to
Climb out a
climb a
hole.
rope.
It
D&D,
takes
everybody.
it takes you almost 30 minutes to get out of the hole, but you manage.
Well,
Well, mission success, I suppose.
I do wonder where the others, at least by the count of the bulls down there, are.
Hmm.
Yeah, it certainly didn't seem that there were any sign of them.
Hmm,
Maybe they're out.
possibly.
You think that there may have been others. It may possibly be that they were just expecting to have more people, or they've lost people at some point.
Hmm.
You don't know 100% for sure that there were more of them.
Right.
But yeah,
Suppose we
you get the feeling that you may have decimated their numbers and eliminated the majority of their leadership. So
I suppose we head back, tell them we found it, tell them about the entrances, let them know there might be stragglers. Or like a few others still there.
Yeah, fair enough.
Also, maybe they know what this chalice means.
Who knows?
as you prepare to leave, everybody make me a wisdom saving throw.
What?
What?
Oh wait, that was not a saving
Oh.
throw. That was not a saving throw.
Boy.
Yeah, but are you proficient? Because otherwise it's the same.
Fuck.
Always all of you. You guys get
Still
a
bad.
+2?
Okay,
Anyway, I fail either way.
yep. As you are getting onto the horses, V and Kelariis, you suddenly remember that you have left 60 feet of rope hanging in the back in the cave.
Oh yeah.
Oh, at the other entrance we came in through.
Yes.
Ah.
You very nearly thought completely about it and would have lost it.
Let's go pick that up.
Rest in peace, 60 feet of rope that we nearly missed. Sorry,
Glad that
rope,
was
we
nothing
love you
worse than-
really.
That.
I would have literally just like deleted it from your character sheets, and then you would have been like, "Where the fuck is my rope?"
Gone. Yeah, let's go pick up that rope.
Okay.
Yeah, let's grab it.
You retrieve all of your rope. You all have your rope
Hooray.
back.
Fantastic.
Awesome.
Well, I'm glad that Arya spent her natural one on that thing
Yeah,
and not on anything else.
not anything important.
Okay. Yeah, and with that, the dripping stops.
Whatever. However we got here, we go back.
Yes, you ride. I presume you've left the crates down there because you didn't want to waste
Yeah.
time hauling them back up.
It only took half an hour to get us out of the fucking
Yes. Oops. I did not mean to click that. I accidentally opened my Google Docs and Roll20 had to load again.
Good job.
But yes, you get back on your horses and you head back across the hills. And by the time you arrive back in Rock's Gate, it is evening.
You had a productive day.
You did have a productive day.
Actually, we've been productive like all of these weeks because we did like jobs and stuff.
Yes.
Fun part about that dungeon was the thing that did the most damage to us was a load of bats.
Yes.
That is very true.
To you. Well, I guess to all of us.
Well,
Yeah.
it was
I'm
an
not the only
easy
one who
encounter
got
and a medium encounter. It was in no means meant to be deadly.
At least not for us. Ha ha ha.
bite.
Good point.
That was probably one of the deadliest encounters we've ever had.
I mean, I'm guessing you're forgetting the mass murder outside of Rockgate, but that's fine. Outside of Renshire, rather.
That was not as bad as this one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You killed more people.
Yeah, but they put up more of a fight.
It wasn't just a
It
straight
wasn't
up
like
massacre.
yeah, it wasn't like a.
Yes,
they're
but
all
you
dead.
killed more people. Anyway,
Those.
you arrive back in town.
Right, and you know, I go to whoever like asked about the thing, like about going in the first place.
Yeah, you can go back to the guards and
Yeah.
talk to them.
And I'll just tell them we found all the stuff and the location and that we killed a few. There might be more. We don't know.
Okay. They sort of they take in your beleaguered appearance and they're sort of like, okay, well, thank you for doing that. I'm afraid we can't offer you any reward, but your efforts are appreciated.
The
To be
reward
honest,
is not
we spent-
necessary.
Yeah, I spent more time
Yeah.
just going to the place than we did fighting things.
Yeah.
Got there, cleared out. Just it's all good.
All the day's work.
Contrary to popular belief, truly altruistic adventurers performing good deeds for people they don't even know isn't a common
no
occurrence in the world.
For no
Yeah.
reward.
Yeah.
I mean, fuck, we have so much money. What else do we?
Look,
God.
we're a peculiar bunch.
We are a peculiar bunch.
Yes.
Indeed.
Yeah, the guards said like they will inform the relevant people and authorities and ensure that the belongings are returned.
Yay.
And with that, you go to bed satisfied.
Yay. I bet
Yay.
V's gonna be a fuck ton of XP.
No, because we were all part of this fight.
You were all part of the fight, so you all get the experience.
okay.
It's only if you're solo
It's
do you
not,
get.
it's not calculated on amount of damage done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not, we're a party. We're not like,
Otherwise, Grim would never have received any experience.
yeah.
Aww.
He tanked a lot though.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
get
That
all
would've
experience for
counted for
damage
something, I'm sure.
received.
Yeah.
Much damage absorbed.
Helena just levels up.
He gets the damage blocked card.
Yep.
Yeah.
Anyway. Another week passes. What are you doing?
Hunting.
I'm gonna go back to my friend.
Okay.
More normal work.
I'm still making stuff.
Cool. Everybody make me either a relevant tools check or a skill check. Oh, except for Kelariis because you want to do something different.
Correct. I want to go back to the temple and
Okay.
I guess help out.
Oh, it's not an actual
Again.
guys.
Cool. Yeah, give me this one is gonna be interesting. What exactly do you want to do? Do you want to just sort of like lend your aid?
Luka, your mic.
Oh,
Lucas Mike is having a fit.
Yeah. Do you want to just sort of like do odds and ends with them, or is there something specific you had in mind to do with them?
No, it was just kind of helping out where I could. I mean, part of it is in thanks, and part of it's because it's not really like I've met other people that also follow Tritherian.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I'll probably spend some time kind of just praying
Okay.
in general. Yeah. Speaking of which, I have that scale from the half dragon, but I need to. I guess I can offer that here.
Oh yeah, if you want to do that, yeah.
In their temple.
Definitely. Sure, yeah, you can spend your week doing that. Give me.
Wait.
Isn't there like a downtime thing for doing like religious service?
Yes, there is. That is what I am. I'm just debating what to make you roll. Because there's basically no way you can fail this. Just give me a religion check anyway.
Okay. Okay, that is better
Very
than
solid.
I thought.
Cool.
That's pretty good.
Better than what I would have rolled.
Nice. Yeah, Vondal, you finish your mithril armor.
How fancy is it?
Fancy schmancy.
It is not fancy enough to be worth 1.5 times gold value, but it is pretty fancy.
I mean, it's fucking mithril. It's already fancy.
And yeah, it's already fancy and it's already pretty expensive. Oh wait, actually, dragging this into your inventory won't work, so I will just change the existing chainmail entry. Cool. It is now mithril chainmail, and
Nice.
I no longer get disadvantage on stealth checks.
yeah, if I can make a thing for it, I will give you a thing for it eventually. I totally forgot to do V's magic item during the break, but that's fine. But yes, you now have mithril armor and all of the bonuses that go with that. Arya and V, you spend the week working.
Yay.
Again, Arya, you just sort of you've got into a routine now of just like you know the buyers, you know the people that you can sort of get stuff to, you know what the general desire for stuff is, and yeah, and once again you fund your lifestyle for the week.
V rolls up her sleeves.
Yeah. V, you actually sort of like you help the caravan folks who were injured during your work, and sort of like you take motivation from this, and sort of like you really get a sort of a kick out of helping people.
Yeah.
To the point where like basically like you're spending like a majority of your time there, and between the work that you complete for your friend the alchemist and the helping out, basically there's they put together a small amount of money for you sort of like at the end of the week to sort of say A, thank you for helping, and B, sort of thank you and your friends for doing what you did. And they give you 35 gold.
You. I guess V would accept it.
Yeah, it's not a huge amount of money, but it's sort of like maybe your alchemist friend gives you 15 gold for all of the help that you've done over the couple of weeks, and then there's like 10 gold from the healers, and then like 10 gold from some like trader who sort of says, well, I heard what you did, here's a gift. Yeah, they seem to appreciate all of the work that you did. Kelariis. Yeah, you spend a decent amount of time with the Guardians of Namud. During which time, basically, you spend a lot of time praying and some time crafting the holy symbol. But I need to just check what the cost is for making a regular item, because I don't even think your thing costs enough for you to actually have to pay anything.
Well.
Yeah. Okay. Basically, you spend the week crafting. You don't like make any money or anything out of it, but you get the holy symbol out of it, basically.
Sweet.
So you now have a spare holy symbol, this time on a white scale.
One day, hopefully, I can give it to Trither and be like, "Hey, dude, look, look some stuff."
Look, Dad.
I did the thing.
Maybe you can make a necklace out of every color.
Oh, there you go.
Oh my god.
Rainbow dragon scale.
Rainbow of justice.
Justice rainbow.
I can't believe.
Oh my god.
Justice.
I bring
Oh,
justice
whoa.
and
I got
rainbows.
It becomes like the fourth magical artifact of Tricerion, the Rainbow
No, I got
Necklace of
this.
Justice.
Okay, she's gonna make
Justice.
a sword belt out of it. So then she can hang freedom on the rainbow of justice.
Wow.
Yes.
Alright, guys, time to find some dragons.
This got a hell of a lot more anime.
Freedom's tongue hangs from the rainbow of justice.
Oh, look. It'll be
Alongside the
beautiful.
baton of retribution and whatever the
Whatever the fuck the other
Crelestro. Crelestro, harbinger of doom.
Oh my god, wow.
one
That
is.
really is...
Wow.
I don't know if that's like edgy anime. That's what that is.
Yeah. That's the edgy emo cousin of the other artifact.
I mean, you have an
That
item
one
called the
episode where there
Baton
was
of
so much blood.
Retribution.
Yeah, it's not as edgy.
Also, it's called a baton.
Yeah, it's a
It
baton.
just
and
feels a
it's
little
like,
bit.
yeah, it's a baton. it's a baton,
Magical
it's
girl
like-
baton.
Yeah, yeah.
I can't believe.
Yes.
Yeah, 'cause it's all like intricate silver work and like glass blowing. That's not really edgy.
No, cool.
Anyway.
After getting massively distracted, basically, your time is spent crafting the holy symbol, as well as basically a lot of your time is spent talking to Velt and Cassian about basically the experiences that you've had with Tritherion. Because whilst all of them have had experiences with Tritherion, none of them have ever had an experience quite so vivid or as close as yours. And they're sort of in awe of the stories that you have to tell. And basically by the end of the time that you've spent in the temple, you remember the words that Dom said to you about how Velt and Cassian had very much their own way, and he was worried that they were sort of following it blindly. You get the feeling that you may well have changed their opinions to a certain degree. As in, they are no longer quite so quick to dismiss other points of view or other experiences. So, all in all, it's generally an improvement.
Sweet.
So yeah, you feel like you've made a difference, and basically, like as you're leaving at the end of the week, Dom basically comes up to you and sort of thanks you for everything that you've contributed to the temple. And yeah, and he takes you aside for a brief conversation in which he says, I've received a vision from Tritherion. I believe that it means that you he has an objective for you to complete. I'm not sure what that is, but I think it's going to become apparent to you sometime very soon. And I suspect that means that you may well be leaving us. And then he says, that's why I wanted to thank you for everything that you've done, and to know that all of this he sort of indicates like the temple as a whole. All of this is sort of it'll stand as a monument rather than a how to say this, a monument rather than a stain on this town's history from now on.
Well, I'm glad to have been a part of that, and honestly, thank you, and thank you to Felton Cassian as well for everything you've done to help me.
He says, "It is my pleasure, and it was a pleasure to." And he sort of indicates towards the sword, and he says, "It was a pleasure to be in the presence of, well, the artifact once again." It certainly brought back memories of myself as a younger man.
I guess without, like, saying anything... Oh, he can't see me. God damn it! I was gonna be like... I tilt my head as if I'm kind of like, you want to say more? And then I'm like, you can't see me. This is unfortunate. I mean, I'm sure that they were wonderful memories. Or at least very interesting.
He smiles and he sort of nods and says, "Yes, it seems like almost an age ago."
I want to ask, but I don't know how.
It doesn't have to be perfect question. Kelariis might not know how to ask it either.
Yeah, I know. Well, I don't suppose any of them are ones that you'd be willing to share.
He smiles, and it's almost like he almost begins to get like a cheeky, almost like a cheeky grin on his face, and he says, "I think you'll find you might have already heard some of them. At least one of them."
Are you the one that last held the sword then? I found where I found it near oh god, what is the near Hatcher's Cross.
He shakes his head and says, "No, I'm afraid I have never been privileged enough to wield the weapon myself, but And he smiles and says, I once knew one of its wielders, let us say."
I feel like there's something that I as Jayla am missing here, or like not making the connection to.
Well, you aren't like, nobody has told you any stories about people that might be him whilst you were here. It's like you're not really sure what he's alluding to by when he says you might already have heard the story. It might be possible that you can just say, "I don't know what you mean."
Yeah, I'm trying I'm trying to think like if it's something that I'm just not making the immediate connection to that Kelariis would have, but I'm not sure what you mean by that.
He strokes sort of at his chin and says, I'm surprised you had not yet worked it out. Perhaps my attempts to blend in have been a little too successful after all. And he extends sort of like a hand in the way that's sort of like, take my hand.
Yeah.
Yeah, like as you take his hand, he sort of he steps in closer to you and says, "It was my story that brought you here in the first place, after all."
Oh.
What the fuck?
Wait, wasn't that like a really long time ago?
Yeah, like 600 years or so.
But
What?
I like.
Well,
I think that's
who
the
do you-
noise Kelariis makes too.
Who do you
What?
think he is? That's the question.
Well, because ow. Sorry, just like just elbowed my desk. Because either he's saying that he's the beggar from the story,
Rourke.
or yes. Is that what he's saying?
I don't know. You'd have to ask him.
Oh my god! What the? Wait, that was his name. It was Roar.
Yeah, Rourke. Rourke is the name of the town. He is the
Okay.
mythological character.
I don't think that was in the. Okay, no, maybe I messed that. That's my bad. I keep wanting to say I look at him confused, and I'm just like, you can't see me.
Hang on, I'm gonna make an insight check. Okay, he sort of senses your confusion and seems to smile even wider.
This guy's having way too much fun with this.
He is.
You can't. But that was so long ago. How are you still here?
He sort of says, "What do you mean?"
Wait. Wait.
Whoa!
I thought of something. I don't know if I'm sorry. I don't know if Kelariis would have thought of this. He's not saying that he's in a mood, is he?
You'd have to ask him.
Mind is just like.
My mind is blown. Kelariis' mind is
I'm having a
blown.
fucking great time.
I hate Guardians.
Because that actually, yeah, because that
He did say, "My attempts to blend in here have been a little too successful, it would seem."
Yeah, and he said that he was with some.
He was with one of the original wielders of the sword.
You're in a mood.
He smiles and says, "Well deduced."
What the fuck?
What? Okay, that's the last thing I expected.
He is literally a dog.
God damn it.
Why do we know two people who are also dogs?
This is
I get along
insane.
great with Sam.
Oh my god.
Is Sam here? She with us?
No, this is a conversation was just with Kelariis.
Fuck. I want them to be friends.
Apart from being servants of entirely different deities.
That's
Whatever.
fine.
They can bond over their
Well,
shared.
actually, one is a servant and one is a
yes.
daughter, so...
Yeah.
Slightly different.
I guess. I thought that they just meant there was the Tritherian kept an eye on Workscape, but they meant that you were still here.
Yeah, again, his smile is still pretty broad, and he sort of nods and says, "Well, to say it bluntly is to give too much away. I would not tell merely anyone about this fact. It is merely the fact that I trust you."
I'm honored to have your trust, and it's been an honor to meet you, even if I did not know at first.
He smiles and he nods and he says, "And as it has been an honor to meet you, my master has picked you out for good reason. I believe you are capable of doing great things."
I can only hope and do my best.
He sort of nods, seems to pause and think for a moment, and then says, "Go on then. After all, your destiny will not wait forever."
Of course.
He says that sort of it's half a joke, half not.
Well, thank you for sharing your secret with me, and I'll bow even though I can't see, but
Yeah.
that's fine. And I will
You
make my way.
give me a religion or arcana check.
Oh, they're both the same, so.
Okay. Knowing what you know about gods, he may not actually be blind.
Yeah, I figured something to that effect.
It may be merely a facade.
I can't believe.
Well, that happened.
Well, mind blown. Here we go.
Yeah. Well, prepare to have mind blown even more. You remember when I told you what his name is?
God damn it. Leave me. Leave me to
get it.
go and.
Yeah, me neither.
Well,
Fuck.
Oh, anagram.
Hiding in plain sight indeed.
indeed.
This revelation is
I
so
always
powerful, it's
thought it
blown
was-
our minds right in front of our
I thought,
faces.
I thought it always was spelled like this.
Same.
Oh.
Oops.
Same.
The Guardians of Namud.
Our minds have been blown in front of our faces. It is a powerful mistake we've made.
Hmm. Not everything is as it seems.
Clearly.
But yes, with that revelation, you return to your companions. In the meantime,
Can we inside check Kelariis?
well, your companions have had a revelation of their own. Because
I got the letter.
a letter has
Letter.
arrived.
Letter time.
Oh, is this the thing you were really excited about but was like secret-y?
No,
No, that's a different thing.
that is entirely separated from D&D.
In players' journals. Oh. Save changes. Again, the formatting has gone a teeny bit fucked, but yes, V has received a letter.
Whoa!
I guess it was a long letter.
No, it's not a long letter. It's just someone that I have never heard of in my entire life.
It is somebody that you've never heard of, you've never met them, and they use your full name.
That's impressive.
Oh, the letter is penned in Sylvan as well, so.
Oh, nice.
But yes, Kelariis, as you arrive back at the tavern at the end of the week, Vondal and Arya are watching V as she reads a letter.
I'll go join them.
Vondal is wearing a shiny new set of chainmail armor.
Very shiny. Probably just been polished.
Yes.
Nice armor, Vondal.
It's certainly impressive, if I do say so myself.
V seems to be concentrating very hard on a letter.
I'm a slow reader, I'm very sorry.
It's okay, V is too.
Extremely slow at reading, especially in English. Wow, looks like we're going back to Silverbrook.
What's that?
We are?
There's this letter, and I'm gonna hand it to Arya, because...
Yeah, Arya can read this, so I will...
Alright, because it's Sylvan. I was like, wait, why can I only...
It's really formal.
It is.
It's really formal, especially for V.
Yeah.
What a name. I'm sorry, but Verdant Buck.
Don't laugh at his name.
I'm laughing at his name.
Well, he is an above third circle land circle druid, so he is much like Falcon, named after his preferred animal shape.
And Falcon.
Yes. Every druid of the circle of the land above third circle has a form name.
Hmm.
Oh, I just also realised I made it as a character sheet instead of as a letter, but I can fix that afterwards, it's fine.
Well, there you go.
The two people who can't read Sylvan are sitting there twiddling their thumbs.
Oh, sorry. This
So
was
why
too
were we
new
heading
to me, so you want to explain it?
Hmm?
I said, do you want to explain this? It was just to you.
Sure. So we're going back to Silverbrook because Archdruid Prudent Buck has contacted us and said that he is researching planar mapping. So basically, it's like a thing where two planes sort of overlap, and they basically have the same locations. So it's like the thing where if you go to the Shadowfell from the capital, you would end up into like the dark capital of the Shadowfell. It's kind of like that. So
Yeah, basically the places in and actually with the knowledge that the two of you have, you probably don't know much about this in a like practical sense, but you know of the principle, and it's basically that like if you travel between the planes in the same spot, you will always end up in a corresponding spot in the planes. It doesn't translate in quite the same like you can't rely on like compass directions. So like if you move north and you portal between the planes. You won't necessarily end up in the same place in the north in the other plane, but there are spots that are always constant, and that's always been sort of a mystery to scholars, like how that works. But like sort of the popular theory is because the elves sort of have a mastery over it when it comes to the Feywild, but that's basically the only plane that has ever been sort of mapped. But yeah, you are familiar with the concept in that basically all of the planes have corresponding places in the other planes, with the exception of the elemental planes, because the elemental planes exist on the borders of creation rather than as separate planes. The branches of Gaia, they are called in popular parlance.
Yay. Anyway, so this guy has made a bunch of notes on it, and he's also researching the Blight, and he has asked Neve a bunch of stuff, and he has made a bunch of notes, and now we're going to carry these all the way to the sort of Druid circle, because forest is dangerous.
Well, it's a little bit more than that, in that he believes he can help you. Well, I believe he believes one of his colleagues can help you more directly once that colleague has the information that he has currently.
Right, yeah.
So it's sort of a case of, I can help you. If you take these notes to my colleague can tell you more and potentially help you on your quest. Particularly on how to shed some light on how to dispel Shadowfell magic, which you assume means something to do with the shard.
Then we can meet our favorite druid again. Maybe.
It's true, maybe.
I hope so. Well, if that's what we need to do, I assume we'll head out soon. Well, not today, but...
I don't know, do you?
Depends on what time of day it is, I guess.
It's evening.
Tomorrow then.
Probably
Yeah,
not
tomorrow.
today.
We should probably stock up on rations and stuff and plan our route first.
Yeah.
Because we're probably not
Yeah.
gonna go past Renshire this time.
Oh, Kelariis and Vondal remember to deduct 7 gold as well.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, I've
Yeah.
been doing that. Yeah, I've been doing that, and I now have 4 gold left.
You have 4 gold left. Do you
Oh,
want
God,
some?
Vondal.
Vondal, please.
Vondal, no.
I will
It's
give you
not
40...
exactly something Vondal isn't used to.
I will give you 46 gold, and then I'll be exactly on 100, and you'll be exactly on 50, and it will be great.
Okay.
There you go. You're on 50 gold, and I'm on 100.
Hooray.
Just FYI, if anyone else needs gold, I have 259, so... like, hit me
Jeez,
up.
Arya.
Wow.
Like, Arya's just been, like, making money because they've never had the privilege of, like, having a trained elven hunter hunt for them, and they've been, like, paying her ridiculous amounts of money, but she's still been slumming it with you guys.
Nope.
Well,
I could be high balling right now.
Yeah.
Not.
yeah, but do you want to be?
No, exactly. I don't want to be.
Yeah, that's the difference.
That's a lot of bother.
That is the crucial difference.
You have loads of money, but no friends to spend it on.
Oh.
Aww.
If only you opened up a little bit more.
Right. So, I presume you go to sleep. In which I would like you to make me a week's worth of checks. Or 1 check
Well,
for the
I guess-
week.
I'll
I'll
do it
take it.
now.
Oh.
Well, if we're going on a rotation, it's my turn.
Oh, fair enough.
It's me, you, Vondal, and
It's
then me.
my turn with this
It's my
shard.
turn to hold
Why
the evil shard of death.
Wow.
God, sounds so excited about it. Jeez.
Children.
Jeez.
Children, behave.
Right.
You can't make me.
Make me the check.
I did.
Oh, you already
but
have.
I rolled
Okay.
twice.
You rolled it twice. We'll take the first one. Yeah.
Lady.
Again, you've with some help from San, you've mastered the art of meditating through its effects, and you are unbothered.
You'll be in big trouble, lady, if you don't stop arguing right now.
As the next day dawns, you decide to get on the road again.
On the road again.
And you leave Roxgate.
Only this time with horses.
Oh.
Yes, you are on horseback. And you proceed on your travels.
Wait, did we stock up on rations?
Yeah, I was gonna say, did we get a
Yeah, like I'm not gonna like play out a scene, but if you want to go and buy some rations, then you totally can.
How long did it? What is like the travel
Apparently
time
got 10,
distance?
so.
I got 10
same.
too.
I got 9.
It's to get all the way to Silverbrook, it's gonna take you 2.5 weeks.
I say we
Okay.
probably stop in Hatcher's Cross and then go from Hatcher's Cross to Silver.
Yeah, you can totally do that.
Okay.
Lost my travel tracks. Where are my travel tracks? There they are. There we go. I have totally lost my art asset for Hatch's Cross, but that's fine. Is it one of these
Right.
unnamed things? Nope, it is neither of these things.
It's okay, we'll just open our journal and open the art for Hatcher's
Yeah,
Cross.
yeah, you have it
Yeah.
literally right there, so there is no need.
Awesome.
Yeah. We'll immerse ourselves in the journal entry.
Cool. Yeah, so you travel back. Oh yes, before you leave, you need to pay your stable bill.
Oh shit, yeah.
How much is it?
You were there for 5 weeks at
Oh yeah, you do it.
I'm doing it.
basically 4 gold a week.
Oh, that's nothing.
So yeah,
Oh.
I mean it's not nothing. It's quite a lot of money,
There you go.
but
Not to me.
Arya just says that to like the stable hand. She's like, "Oh, it's nothing," and that guy's just like, "How fucking loaded is she?"
that's like you've basically paid like 16 gold, which is like if you have a decent job, that is 2 weeks of wages.
Eh,
You've spent like 2 weeks of wages on a horse.
I don't care. Arya has not learned the value of money.
Yeah.
That was my shtick.
Yeah, the person who let's be honest. The person who knows that like most about the value of money is probably Vondal, given how much he's kind of lived with the bare minimum of it, or knows how to manage it.
V leveled up in understanding though when she rolled like that amazing. What was it? What were we talking about? Economy?
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Like economy.
Money can be exchanged for goods and services.
Yeah, she would teach the crows how to do it.
Hmm.
Then again, not the crows need the help.
Yeah.
So, you find yourselves back in a place you've not been for a long time. A sleepy town of Hatcher's Cross.
Yay!
Aw.
No.
Unsurprisingly, you are welcomed in with open arms, and they ask you how long you're around for and if they can offer you a room for the time that you're here.
I mean, a room would be nice, but
Yeah.
it's probably we're just stopping here.
Yeah, you have scheduled to spend the night here rather than camping out. Oh yeah, consume.
Remember when I could only cast like one spell a day? Those well, actually two, but it's fine. Anyway, go on.
You'll need to consume like 11 rations on the way here unless you stop anywhere else.
Oops. Well, I only have 10, so
I
It's
was
okay.
really
I will
rational.
create food and water.
Oh.
Well, you could deduct some more money because you would have planned for this.
Oh right, okay.
I mean, or we could just like keep the money and I can create food and water.
But it's not
You
yummy.
really want to cast that spell.
It's a 3rd level spell which I'd be casting like before we go to bed. You know, rip one 3rd level spell slot. It's not like I've got 4 first level and like, you know,
Yeah.
2 of the 3rd levels and 3 second levels.
Either way, you consume 11 rations worth of whatever, so 10 rations plus a day of create food and water. And yeah, you arrive in Hatches Cross and they offer you a room, and yeah, I believe I still have
The sound of Rob going through his assets.
Yep. Look, I'm really starting to stockpile them now. I do. Yeah, you find yourselves in the crowded tavern where your adventure started.
God,
the exact same people.
Holy crap.
The
Oh,
exact
boy.
same people are still here, guys.
What are the odds?
Hmm.
The same weird old man with the like weirdly big pipe.
Yup.
Yeah.
The same boob window.
Oh yeah.
Well, the thing to
That's not really-
the thing to remember about this place is, in this tavern, for most people, everybody is at least half your height, because this is a place full of halflings. But yes, you find yourselves in the tavern that you have not been in for quite some time. Yeah, and you are basically welcomed in by the people that you've. Well, some of you knew beforehand, and others knew as you became local heroes. Yeah, and they basically offer you a room for the night. And yeah, they gather round you and want to hear about your adventures.
We will gladly go on a rant.
Okay.
Adventures.
Yeah, V's off. We can't stop her.
And she'll be like, "Oh man, remember when it was just me and Arya? We just came in here, and then we met Vondal, we met Kelariis."
Give me a performance check to see how coherently you tell the story.
Oh my god. If I roll low on this, it's just like a complete ramble.
Word vomit.
Word vomit performance, right?
Yes.
It's alright.
Like, you keep skipping over important details and then going back to them, but it's not the worst story in the world. So, yeah.
And we met those bad guys, but oh wait, no wait, Arya got shot in the capital, and
You pass an amicable evening talking with the halflings that you met way back when. To the point where, when it's time to go to bed, you really start to feel tired, and in the morning you don't really feel like you want to go. Like,
Aww.
it's such a nice quiet town that you almost forget your troubles for a short time.
This is probably nice time to be reminded. Like I need to go soon.
Yes. Well, once you arrive in Silverbrook, we will end.
Okay.
But yes, you will need. You will need to buy at least 6 rations to make it to. No, wait, no. Hang on, well, no, wind back. You spent 11... 3. You need at least 3 rations to get to Silverbrook.
How much was each ration again? It was 2 for a gold?
2 for gold, yes. So 5 silver.
I'm just gonna get 6.
Although technically,
go back
technically you
to
could only buy 2 and eat in Silverbrook. Because it technically only takes you 2.5 days because it took you 3 days to get to it last time when you were on foot.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I think this is good.
Yeah, so after another few days' journey, you find yourselves in a familiar town.
Fucking.
Still there.
Oh my god, it's still there.
After all these years.
Yeah.
Nice.
But yes,
God.
you find yourselves back in Silverbrook. And as you approach the walls of the settlement, you can see that the place has certainly not stood still whilst you've been gone. Almost all of the burned out buildings have been replaced, or if have not been replaced, are in the process of being reconstructed. And the town certainly seems to be bustling. And with that, we have come to the end of our session. And whilst I do some quick maths, I would like a volunteer to tell me what they've learned this session. I would suggest it's Cav.
Yeah. God. This is an awkward session. I don't know, because I guess not much has happened to learn from. I guess as a player, it's like learning more about the game itself with downtime and how all that works. That's good. So I guess I've learned that. Just getting all that downtime working. I don't know. I guess what Vondal's learned is he's almost having a bit of kind of. No, I would imagine it's almost the most homesick he's been in a while, because obviously all the blacksmithing he's been doing. He probably does miss that to some extent still. So I guess what he's learned is he misses home more than he has done in a long while, and I've learned how downtime works because game mechanics are always fun to learn.
Yeah, you may have 502.5 experience, so 503.
Hooray! And then I will slink away.
Cool. Yeah, thank you for playing.
Bye-bye.
Bye, Cav.
Who's next?
Well, I got played a game today.
Yes, you kinda
Yeah,
did.
jeez.
That was so weird. Just like the fucking... I was just like, oh my god, I really want to roll high on this initiative, because I just want to use my staff on this.
Yes.
And it worked even better than I actually thought it would.
Yeah, you rolled phenomenally well on both initiative and damage, and even if half of those goblins had saved, thanks to how high your damage had rolled, you would have killed them anyway, but they just didn't save.
Yeah, so, you. Man, that's tough. Holy shit.
Just goes to show that sometimes I roll bullshit damage, and sometimes you guys roll bullshit damage.
Hey, and I didn't even fucking use a spell. So I guess that's a lesson in, conserving spell slots.
Yes.
Because, as well, using poison spray, man. Poison spray was really good.
Yeah, the poison spray was very effective.
I was like, these bats seem like a prime target for poison spray.
Yes. Yes, especially as tiny creatures, they have like basically bugger all strength and constitution. So.
Yeah, I should use poison spray more when when the enemies are
Close
poison
enough, yes.
sprayable.
Well, remember it has a 10-foot range, so you don't actually need to be in melee range.
I know. That's true. Yeah, so bug spray might come back soon. Bug spray. The downtime was really fun. I really liked the downtime, and now I have an elixir of health.
Yes, which I will remember to give you a sheet for.
Yep, which will be hopefully really useful in the future when bad shit happens.
Yes. Yes, if you run into a dangerous stat debuffing monster or something else, then yeah, you can certainly do something about it now.
Yeah, and the whole thing with Kelariis and Dom was just so funny.
Yes, I think Jayla will have plenty to say about that.
Because like Skype chat with Luka, when he said, seems almost like an age ago, I was like, how old are you? How old are you? Tell me now. I just knew with the way he said it, I was just like, this guy is like so old.
Yes.
But I also didn't actually. Well, I did have like my suspicions. I was like, could this guy be like the beggar or something like that? I don't know.
Yes, you were led to believe that, but no, he was in fact the very watcher himself.
So yeah, that was interesting. I really liked that. That was fun.
What better way to watch your flock than to move among them unnoticed?
Yep.
And hence why he took such an interest in Kelariis changing their beliefs.
Also, like, he was just like, man, maybe I blend in too well. Well, no shit. No one's gonna be like, I think this person is a dog. Is like a 500-year-old dog.
He's not even 500 years old. He's significantly older than that.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm just like, no shit, no one noticed.
Tritherion created him as a companion at the dawning of the First Age.
Oh shit, he's ancient.
See, that's also what I said when he said like seems almost like an age ago. I was like, you mean like a whole age ago? Damn, I'm so good.
Yes. So, yeah, have your 200-day experience, and perhaps Jayla would like to tell us more about how she felt.
Oh boy. Okay. Well, I guess yeah, I'll talk about that bit because I picked up the whole age thing, like the whole age ago thing, and I was like, okay, he's ancient. Who the hell is he? And I thought he was the beggar, and then I was just like, no, he's not. And my mind is still blown. Kelariis' mind is blown. This is just.
We never got to insight check her
Yes.
on whether she was mind blown or not. Anyway.
I was definitely mind blown. But you got a letter, V, so.
Yes. You had more important things to take care of.
It was. I mean, okay. See, I'm just like I'm still reeling from that because I feel like I should have figured it out earlier, but also I'm just like, what? I'm sorry that took me so long to figure out.
No, it's okay. It was fun to watch you get so close and then just go, no, I won't ask him.
I'm really glad that I did ask because I would have been kicking myself forever if I didn't. But no, I mean, I enjoyed watching V just kick butt today with that insect play because that was amazing. That damage though.
Yeah.
I mean, Kelariis herself, like Kelariis is also very impressed by that. She's like, damn, that was amazing. That was cool.
Quite possibly a little bit grossed out as well.
Yeah, just a little bit.
Cool, but in like a gross way.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that's always that's always fun. But I mean Kelariis is kind of she's really glad that she got to meet the Guardians of Namud and apparently Namud himself.
Yeah.
It was really nice for her, to put it simply, or
Yes.
like a not as long-winded way. And I enjoyed the whole downtime aspect of things as well. Just as a player, I think it was really interesting to see what everybody got to do and what was accomplished.
Mm-hmm.
That was interesting. It's not very often that you get downtime that you get to play through, so that was pretty cool.
Yes. Well, when I had originally wanted to allow you guys to have a downtime to sort of do with it what you wanted to. And when the downtime UA came out, I knew that I now had a framework to do it as well. So it was something I'd been planning to do for a long time. And originally I was going to have you guys do it when you came back to Silverbrook the first time, but I didn't really have... There wasn't really the infrastructure for you guys to do anything there. So I decided to keep it. And obviously then you guys spent a long time in Renshire, and it was a long time coming, let's just say. And I'm glad you guys enjoyed it, because it was a learning experience for me as well, because I had to plan for certain outcomes. But no, I think it turned out well, especially because you guys spent 5 weeks essentially crafting a magic item. So
2 magic items.
Well, no, you only crafted one of them. You repaired another and banished the evil spirits in a third.
Well, isn't my potion a magic item?
Oh yes, yeah. So 4 technically.
Yeah, so it all paid off. We did
Yes.
Yeah.
And Arya is now stinking rich.
Yeah,
And
seriously.
just got rich.
She got super rich.
I did.
Crazy rich. Yeah.
It's
Also,
mostly
I'm
that
actually-
troll.
Oh, go on.
That's all I was gonna say.
Oh. No, I mean, I was gonna say, I'm also excited about not having to make the wisdom saves every time I get hit now. So
Yep.
that's a lot less stressful.
Yeah, man, you didn't have to get like insanely angry at bats or mushrooms.
Yeah.
Fucking bats!
God damn it! So yeah.
No, now you
was
can yell
an
bleep all the
experience.
time.
Yes, I'm excited about that.
I'm unexcited about that because it means I bought a lantern and I'm never gonna use it in my entire life.
Well, your lantern
mean-
is better than Freedom. It does generate more light. Freedom is 10 feet of bright and like, yeah, like 10 feet of bright, 10 feet of dim, which is basically nothing. Compared to your lantern, which I think is 30-30.
Okay, that's quite a bit better.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Like your lantern gives the same amount of light as your friends have in dark vision.
Wow. Damn.
Yeah, that's a fair point.
Yeah, Freedom's glow is mainly for emergencies when Kelariis finds herself in the pitch dark.
Would have been useful that one time. back
Yes.
in the
One time
capital.
in the capital.
Time in the capital.
Who knows, you might find yourself in a similar situation again sometime.
That's not ominous at all.
And I mean, the amount of times you guys spend exploring underground tight spaces is getting higher by the minute.
Yep.
But yes, you may have your 503 experience, and Luka can tell us what she's learned.
Well, as a player, I've learned that 5th level spells are scary,
Yes.
Hi.
Yeah.
and I'm mildly terrified of what V is going to be like when
Yeah.
she gets to be higher level.
Yes. The funny thing is Insect Plague actually is not even one of the most powerful spells
I
of that
imagine
level.
it's not, which is why it's terrifying.
No. You wait till you get to the Thunderbolt.
I'm not gonna learn Thunderbolt though.
No, but I mean, things like Thunderbolt are pretty crazy. Like you've seen Kelariis' lightning breath. It's that, but it's 60 feet long, and it does like
Holy fucking shit.
5d10 in
Just
60
like,
feet.
"Hey,
It's
Kelariis,
ridiculous.
Watch this!
Wait, isn't that a 3rd level spell?
Thunderbolt? I don't think
Lightning
so.
bolt? No, I don't think so.
Oh,
I think it's 4th, because Fireball is
Oh.
3rd.
oh, okay. Maybe it's not then. I've played like one person.
Wait,
or, like,
Lightning
one...
Bolt is a 3rd level.
Is it? Oh, okay. Anyway,
It's a 100-foot line.
oh, it's 100 feet. Okay,
and
wow.
it does
Yeah, it's
86.
yeah.
That's a lot, actually.
Jeez.
But I think if you were to cast it even higher, the dice goes up. So
Yep.
Yeah.
yeah, it can go to stupid levels. Yeah, no, Insect Plague is a good spell, but it's not the most devastating one out there.
That's kind of terrifying.
But yes,
Wink.
carry on.
And for Arya. Wait, did Kelariis didn't tell us all the stuff she learned?
No,
Nope.
Okay.
we don't know anything about Dogman.
Dogman. Arya learned that you can make a shit ton of money.
Hmm.
If you are a decent hunter, which is kind of funny.
Well, it's funny because where you come from, they're a dime a dozen.
Yeah, exactly. She's like, I'm not even that great.
Like, you literally have a military corps that consists of them.
So it's just amusing to her that all these mere mortals
Wow.
are so enraptured by her hunting skills. Yeah, and she's also terrified of me. That's both of us. She's like,
Yeah.
oh shit, that was quite a thing. She is also worried about V and the Wraith Shard. But
Don't need to be.
I know she doesn't need. Oh, I know she doesn't. She doesn't. Because she's like, well, if I have it all the time, then it doesn't matter. It's like the dreams don't affect me.
But you
Even-
get that shit from me.
But
Even
I
though
can't
yeah.
say
Same
that.
thing, but better.
She doesn't know that.
I don't know that though, and like I'm
I'll
not gonna.
never know if she never gives me the fucking Rave Shard.
And like, but she's not gonna say anything. At least not yet. Because like,
I think also as well, aren't you the person with the highest wisdom save?
Me, I think I might match Vondal.
What's your plus to wisdom save?
My plus to wisdom save is no, Vondal's better. I have 4 because I'm not proficient.
Ah, yeah, okay.
I have 1.
Mhm. Rip Arya.
Yeah.
Yeah, Vondal has 6 to wisdom, so
Yeah.
Yeah, because I have higher wisdom, but he has proficiency. So
yes. And Kelariis, despite having proficiency, is only 4, so you are literally the second best person to save.
And Arya should be the worst, but because you are part me now,
Yes.
you have a free pass.
And you
Yeah,
don't even
but I
know
don't know that. I just know that something weird is happening. That is preventing the dream.
Weird stuff.
One day we'll figure this shit out, guys. One day V and Arya
One day.
actually. It's not today.
Well,
No.
as I said way back at the beginning of the campaign, if you ever meet a creature that is capable of seeing in multiple planes, you're gonna have a hell of a time explaining to that creature what the fuck you are.
I mean, we don't even know.
No,
Like,
V doesn't
No.
know
we don't
shit.
know.
She's just like, I'm a half triad. That's all I need to know.
Yes.
Oh, V.
And in
Silly
reality,
sausage.
not quite.
But yeah, I think that's it for me.
Cool. Yeah, you may have your 500 experience. And with that, we will be taking another brief... Well, we'll be taking quite an extended break from Second Age, but not an extended break from role-playing, because we've got a lot of us moving house, doing university things, and generally like not having time to sit down and play Second Age. And I'd quite like to save this next arc for when we can start playing in bulk again. Mainly because there's a lot of role playing to be done, and there's a lot of story to uncover.
Guys, have you realized that we've almost been playing Second Age for a year?
Yes.
Oh shit.
Holy fucking shit. It was like we started yesterday.
Mm. Can you level up roughly once every 2 months?
Yeah. Remember when we started and we almost leveled up like every session?
Oh well.
Just like, holy shit, this is going great. We leveled up to like level 3 in like legit 3 sessions. And now it's like, I don't remember when I last leveled up.
When does the next level come?
Who knows?
Well, you're not
I
far.
think it's at 25,000.
Yeah, you're not far from the next one.
Yeah, I hit 22k.
Nice.
Yeah, Helena's a little bit ahead of us.
22 and 6.
So, yeah. In theory, perhaps the next time we play, maybe you'll level up. But that won't be for a while, so I'd like to thank you all for playing, I'd like to thank you all for watching, and we will see you when we get back. Say goodbye, everybody.
Everybody.
Bye.
Bye.